In a matter of minutes, one name will land in this city and change the history of the entertainment world: Jin BTS. He's not just another K-pop musician. He is the first Korean solo artist to capture the main stage at the O2 Arena, one of the most prestigious and iconic locations in the global show business. This fact raises one big question: is the world really ready to witness the power of a genie standing alone on the British stage in a moment that has been awaited for years? The public spotlight is indisputable. Jin's arrival in London is not just a continuation of his solo concert series. This is a global declaration that Korean artists are now no longer on the edge of the music world's mainstream, but rather at its center. The plane carrying the genie is set to land at Heathrow Airport in less than 10 minutes, and thousands of fans have been waiting with almost unstoppable enthusiasm. Security has been stepped up, hundreds of global media cameras have been set up at the point of arrival, and the O2 Arena organizing team has reported maximum technical readiness. This moment became the culmination of Jin's long efforts as an individual artist after previously being known as one of BTS' main pillars. But the difference is this: none of the previous members of the Korean boy group, even those who have released solo works, have ever reached this point. The main stage of the O2 Arena is not an arbitrary space. This is a place where legendary names such as Adele, Coldplay, Beyoncé, to Paul McCartney made history. Now, for the first time, a South Korean soloist will be standing there, without a group mate, without a local collaborator, just herself and her entire artistic capacity. What makes this situation even more monumental is the fact that tickets for BTS's Jin concert at the O2 Arena were sold out within 6 minutes. The data set a new record for an Asian solo singer in the UK, surpassing even the sales times of some established American and European artists. Not a few British music media refer to this phenomenon as the Korean soloist breakthrough and make Jin as a symbol of the shifting power map of the world's entertainment industry. But the important question that now hangs over is, how will the European markets react to this concert? Will the genie be able to maintain the emotional intensity and musical quality on the scale of an arena the size of the O2? Based on the response in previous cities, including Dallas and Newark, the answer leads to one certainty: this concert is not just about the song, but rather about the spiritual experience between the artist and his audience. The organizers assure that the concert will be supported by the latest lighting system, an orchestra from Europe, and a live visual production team from South Korea who are known specialists in large-scale cinematic performances. An internal source also mentioned that Jin will bring a special version of The Astronaut combined with holographic 3D visuals specially designed for the O2 venue. In addition, there have been unconfirmed leaks that one surprise guest, allegedly from the UK, will be taking the stage with Jin in the closing segment of the concert. Outside the airport, the atmosphere already resembles welcoming state guests. Banners reading, "Welcome to London, Jin, and you shine alone," were spread out at various strategic points. Armies from various countries, not only Europe, have crowded the arrival lanes and sidewalks around the O2 Arena since the early hours of the morning. Some of them have even waited for 2 whole days outside the venue with full equipment to get the best plaque outside the airport. The atmosphere already resembles welcoming state guests. Banners reading, "Welcome to London, Jin, and you shine alone," were spread out at various strategic points. Armies from various countries, not only Europe, have crowded the arrival lanes and sidewalks around the O2 Arena since the early hours of the morning. Some of them have even waited for 2 whole days outside the venue with full equipment to get the best place. Local police confirmed that security had been increased 3 times that of a standard concert event. Given local police confirmed that security had been increased 3 times that of a standard concert event, given the unexpectedly surging enthusiasm of the crowd. Jin's presence is also said to have had a significant impact on the local economy. Hotels around Greenwich were reportedly full over the past week, with a 200% jump in prices. Restaurants and merchandise stores working with concert management are also projected to score big profits in just 2 days. This phenomenon confirms one thing: Jin is not just a singer, it is a global cultural phenomenon. Interestingly, according to reports from the management staff who took part in today's flight, Jin had written a special message on the plane before landing. The message has not yet been officially released, but one of the captions reads, "London, I don't know if I'll ever deserve this much love, but I'll sing tonight as if it's the last." A simple yet profound statement, which shows that even in the midst of an achievement of this magnitude, Jin still carries a humility that has made him beloved by millions of people around the world. Some observers call Jin's presence at the O2 Arena not only the culmination of his solo career, but also a loud signal to the global entertainment industry that the world stage no longer belongs only to Western musicians. In many ways, Jin's presence today equates the industry's standard with a new reality that Korean musicians, particularly those with credibility and emotional strength like Jin, are part of the center of gravity of world music today. Now, just a few more minutes. The plane carrying Jin will hit the runway. Millions of eyes are waiting for live shows from various channels. But one thing unseen on the screen is the beating heart of those who have waited so long to watch this history happen. And for those of you who want to keep abreast of exclusive coverage of, but amid the euphoria and bombastic statements that accompanied BTS's Jin's arrival in London, one fundamental question arises that we should all ponder together. Did all this really happen as reported? Or are we witnessing a narrative construction built to drive public opinion massively and systematically? Today's global society lives in the midst of such a rapid and uncontrollable flow of information. Every second, millions of content circulate on social media, ranging from TikTok video cuts, Instagram story snippets, to long speculations on X, Twitter. In the midst of this digital frenzy, who can guarantee the accuracy of an information? Is it true that Jin wrote an emotional message on board the plane as claimed? Is it true that the concert at the O2 Arena is an independent initiative that reflects a purely artistic success? Or is it precisely part of a planned global marketing strategy? In this context, we cannot turn a blind eye to the possibility of manipulation of public perception. Some even began to question why there was not a single official confirmation from the O2 Arena regarding the technical data of the Jin concert in circulation. Why isn't there full documentation from major British media outlets, such as the BBC, The Guardian, or NME, explicitly reporting Jin's arrival as the first Korean solo artist there? If it is true that this moment is so historic, why is the news only crowded in the realm of social media and fan communities? Furthermore, some circles also highlight the phenomenon of virality that forms suddenly on platforms such as TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Clips less than 30 seconds long, often without a verifiable source, are now considered authentic evidence without going through the proper journalistic process. Are we trapped in a wave of viral culture that makes emotions a tool of consumption, without caring about the validity of data and facts? We recognize that much of the information we share in this report comes from secondary media, amateur footage on TikTok, reaction videos on YouTube, screenshots from X, and excerpts from ARMY's comments circulating in the online community. Therefore, we invite you to not only be a passive spectator of this phenomenon, but also to be an active filter against any outstanding claims. Think about this. If indeed the genie was on his way to the O2 Arena, why was there no live coverage from the British national media? Why does most of the information actually appear first from a Korean or international fan base that in fact has an emotional interest in the figure? We cannot deny the possibility that this narrative has been reinforced in a structured way by a digital network that is very adept at processing mass perception. Even Genie's quote from the plane, "London, "I don't know if I'll ever deserve this much love," is questionable. Where did the phrase come from? Are there any official voice or video recordings? Or is this just part of an artificial narrative raised to arouse collective emotions? If the source is just an upload from an account with no clear identity, why do we immediately believe it? This situation requires all of us to be critical. Is this news a reflection of the facts on the ground, or simply a form of glorification that is too quickly believed simply because it matches the emotional expectations of the fans? In the post-truth era, the line between reality and illusion is blurring. We find it easier to believe information that feels right than that which is objectively true. Moments like Jin's concert at the O2 Arena, which is claimed to be historic, are indeed very interesting narratively. But it is precisely for this reason that we must ask, is this narrative built to create a historical moment, or simply to create the impression of history in the interests of the global entertainment industry? We have no intention of denying BTS Jin's greatness as an artist. The fact that it has a strong international fan base and a noticeable cultural influence is indisputable. However, we must not allow admiration to turn into blindness either. Enthusiasm must go hand in hand with reason. Did Jin really become the first Korean solo artist at the O2 Arena in full headline capacity? Or is there another agenda being worked out behind the scenes, both by agencies and their global partners? Through this article, we would like to remind our readers to stay alert to information that has not been thoroughly verified. Don't get caught up in momentary sensations that may not represent reality. Do not make emotions the only foundation of trust in a news story. And let's not let the industry, no matter how glamorous, set our thinking logic just because we want to believe that something is amazing. So, we bring this question back to you all. Do you believe that BTS's Jin will really rock the O2 Arena in a matter of minutes? Or are you starting to doubt the veracity of the information that has flooded social media lately? Let's discuss. Let's trace the source. Let's ask the hard questions. And above all, let's keep our common sense in the midst of this heady era of digital noise. Thanks for reading to the end. If you want to get the next update objectively and sharply, and follow the development of this case critically, please subscribe and follow this channel. In the midst of a rush of overlapping information, you need an honest space to think and discuss.